Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about issue number 7 of Wolverine, written by Saladin Ahmed and art by Martin Coccolo. But before we dive into the story, I want to ask you a favor. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like and a comment to help the channel grow. Something is coming after everyone who possesses adamantium. Tracking old foes, Wolverine along with the Wendigo, a kid stricken by the cannibal curse who Logan's been coaching to control his bloodlust, and Nightcrawler, Logan's X-Man friend he called in for an assist, traveled to a factory that produced adamantium, destroyed with no more adamantium scrawled in blood as a warning. Logan was taken out of the fight by an irresistible call from within his own bones, and it's not the first time that's happened. Cyber, Lady Deathstrike, and Constrictor have all gained golden glowing eyes and golden metal where they once had adamantium enhancements, and in fighting them, Wolverine has felt this overwhelming sensation from within. The mind-controlled bad guys termed this force the adamantin. Our heroes followed the villain's trail to another site, where they met Laura, Logan's daughter and fellow Wolverine, who had also tracked them there from another prior assault on metallurgists. There they encountered Donald, similarly transformed. They were led to an ambush by the full cadre of foes and non-enhanced enemy from Wolverine's past, Romulus, the man behind so much of Logan's suffering over the last century plus. So with that said, this issue opens up right after the last issue ended, with Romulus standing before our heroes. And as he stood there, Laura was like, "Wait, this is Romulus? The guy who claims to have founded Rome, to be the origin of our bloodline?" To that, Wolverine responded by saying, "You've a damn good memory, most of it's lies and head games, but he's still as dangerous as they come. Nearly killed me more than once." And then Lauren went on to say, "He smells different than the others, more blood, less metal." Now this was irritating to Romulus, because he went on to say, "Talking about me like I'm not standing right here is very rude. Your little animal of a father here never taught you manners, but I will." And just like that, Romulus jumped into action and was moments away from dealing his strike, but at the last minute, both Logan and Laura dodged it. And as he moved, Wolverine asked, "Guess a rat'll always find a hole to crawl out of. When'd you break out?" Now to this, Romulus replied by saying, "I was never really trapped in that pity place, but where would I go? An emperor living a low life in this pathetic modern world? Everywhere felt like a prison." So with that explained, Wolverine went on to say, "Someone's been going after adamantium itself, trying to rid the earth of it. What do you have to do with it?" To which Romulus answered by saying, "When I ruled Rome, I sent sages, spies, and soldiers in search of a primal power whispered about in secret codices. A buried power older than men, older than even the gods. A power that could make a man into a god. The texts described this power as the primordial spirit of metal itself. They called it the adamantin. For all my searching, though, I never found it. I figured it was lost to the world when the age of myth ended, but when you went and woke it up, you were the last straw. So how does it feel?" To this question, Logan answered with a slash of his own claws and said, "Delusional as always, but how come you don't sound like a zombie, like Cyber and the others?" Now this answer was easy, because Romulus stated, "Because they are servants and I am a sovereign. They are mere thralls of the adamantin, but I am its regent and its champion. For the age of myth is returning Logan, a return to the glory and grandeur of the old heroes of legend. But before that to happen, those who have taken their place must die." And after a flash of golden light, Romulus's servants woke back up and started to prepare for round 2. And like always, for the next 3 pages the fight was on. And I mean they were fighting hard with no room for dialogue or narration. Logan focused his attention solely on the man in charge, while Laura was stuck fighting everyone else. And by the looks of it, Laura was doing her thing, but Wolverine wasn't faring so well. So as Romulus slammed Wolverine onto the floor, he stated, "You're as strong as ever, but you're still a pup. You'll never know what to do with your strength, but the adamantin will show you." And then Romulus outstretched his hand and stated, "We've been summoned," and then collapsed the floor. And then on the next page, Wolverine lies on the ground as we get a narration from him saying, "I slide downward through dirt and rocks and it feels wrong on my skin. Feels alive. Then I feel the air rushing past and fall a good 6 stories before I hit the craggy ground. Rough rocks beneath my boots, scent of bat guano. Slightest taste of hydrogen sulfide in the air. I can see in the dark. But before my sight registers anything, my other senses tell me I'm in a cavern below the facility. Magic sinkholes didn't used to be a part of Romulus's skill set. Gotta be a level up from the adamantin thing he's thrown in with. Makes sense. Power's all that ever mattered to Romulus. Bastard would subject himself to anything that made him stronger. So as a golden Romulus descended from the sky, the battle was back on, but this time Romulus was way too strong. And during said fight, the narrator said, "My claws, which can cut through damn near anything, can't seem to slice through that shell of golden metal. Adamantine, the metal of the gods. Memory serves, it's the stuff Hercules' club is made from. And it hits just as hard too. Romulus is a warrior. He's been killing people since before Jesus was born, and he's damn good at it. His ambition has always been off the charts. Half his beef with me is that I don't want to be world-conquering buddies with him. But now he's found a new friend. One even more ancient than he is. Even while I'm fighting, my mind struggles to put the pieces together. Until Romulus's claws sink deep into my guts and the metal's golden glow mingles with my blood and puts them together for me. Following that, Romulus said, "You can feel it even as we fight Logan. You can sense it deep within the earth, in the place where metal is born. You were there untold ages ago. Smell the cooling earth, experience the spirit of metal itself, the adamantine, being birthed. Feel yourself all those ages ago and recall that you were nothing but potential. An undeveloped infant that existed but didn't live. And recall the rapture of the age of myth, when the gods discovered you and taught you purpose. Remember the ring of Hephaestus's hammer as it shaped the aimless adamantine into something that mattered. The helm of Hades, the axe of Pluto, and Hercules' golden mace. For an age, your martial song rang out in the hands of gods and heroes, metal pure and true wielded by the worthy. Now recall the passing of the age of myth. How weary and ready for rest the adamantine had grown. How you slumbered contentedly dreaming of deeds of valor. Until your slumber was pierced by a silvery screech, the sounds of a new metal not born of earth, but made by men with soft hands. The din of a new metal with a stolen name. The false metal of a fallen age, adamantium. And like a plague, this man-made metal has spread, poisoning the earth with its untruth. For years, the noise of it has grown louder and louder to the adamantine. And thanks to you, that din has finally grown loud enough to wake it. The sad little thralls above have served their purpose. And so the adamantine reclaims the gifts it granted them. All of its power is mine to wield now. So the power of the gods, and this is just a taste of it, and the only thing standing in the way if my becoming a deity is you." So as Logan sat defeated, Wolverine narrated by saying, "Romulus surges with strength like he's been turbo boosted. The best I can tell, he's absorbing the golden metal from the lowlifes upstairs. He moves like lightning while I'm still trying to figure out where he ends and the adamantine begins." And just like that, this issue comes to an end with Romulus completely overpowering Wolverine. Now down in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts about this issue and what predictions you could have moving forward. So with that established, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to leave a like and a comment if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.